It all started, as most of my terrible ideas do, with a simple thought. I was staring at my Discord server, a digital kingdom of chaos and memes, and thought, this is good, but it could be better. It could be more automated. I didn't want just another music bot. I wanted a digital god, an AI that could out-meme the memolords and moderate with T800 precision. The goal: build the most ridiculously powerful Discord bot ever. Why? Because I could, and because nobody told me not to. This was about pushing the limits of what a Discord bot could be. I envisioned a single entity that could moderate, generate memes, run mini-games, and still have time to tell a bad joke. My project brief: build everything. My friends thought I was insane. 1,000 commands, Michael? You can't even remember your own birthday. Their doubt only fueled my fire. I wanted something so complex it would need a user manual the size of a phone book. The bot would be the digital equivalent of strapping a jet engine to a skateboard. Unnecessary, dangerous, and spectacular. So, with a heart full of hubris and a desktop full of empty energy drink cans, I embarked on my quest. The journey would be long, fraught with peril, syntax errors, and existential dread at 3 a.m. I knew there would be bugs. I knew there would be crashes. I knew I'd question every decision, but the thought of unleashing this creation on my unsuspecting friends was too delicious to ignore. The stage was set, the challenge accepted, and my social life was officially on hiatus. The great coding marathon had begun. Every great invention starts on a napkin, or in my case, the back of a pizza box. The initial design phase was less planning, more fever dream. We sketched a system diagram that looked like spaghetti thrown at a wall, boxes labeled AI Brain, Meme Factory, the Fun Zone, all connected by a web of arrows. Scalability, efficiency, not our concern. We just wanted to make it do cool stuff. I chose a microservices approach. Not because it was best, but because it sounded cool and let me use more buzzwords. Each feature, AI, games, moderation, became its own service, all chattering with the main bot core. The database schema looked like a fantasy family tree, with tables connecting in ways that defied logic. We argued about everything. Should the command be sarcastic? Yes. Should the bot have a personality? Absolutely. Our flowcharts for user interactions branched into infinity. The planning phase was where we let our imaginations run wild, unburdened by reality. On paper it was perfect, a blueprint for the most powerful Discord bot in existence. Now came the hard part, actually building the damn thing. 1,000 commands, say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous because it is. My journey began with a single file. Soon it became a labyrinth of folders. The first 100 were easy, then I got creative, but each command needed its own logic, permissions, and help text. My brain started to think in JavaScript. At the grocery store, if cereal.issugary, purchase, else consider health, then purchase anyway. Managing 1,000 commands was the real enemy. I built a command handler that felt like assembling a nuclear reactor. It dynamically loaded every command, registered it, and handled all the argument parsing and permission checks. I wrote scripts to generate boilerplate command files, just to keep up. There were moments of pure joy, like replying with a happy message or pulling from a curated list of roasts. But for every victory there were hours of tedious work. Documenting commands, writing unit tests, fixing off-by-one errors. It was a grind. A long, slow, painful grind toward an arbitrary number I set in a moment of madness. With every new command, the bot grew more powerful, more alive, and I grew more tired. But the finish line was in sight. The codebase was a monster, but it was my monster. I was building something no one else had dared to try, and I wasn't stopping now. A bot with 1,000 commands is just a glorified calculator. I wanted my creation to have a soul, or at least a convincing imitation. Time to plug in the AI. I stitched together different AI models, a large language model for understanding, a personality fine-tuned on terabytes of internet comments, probably a mistake. The chat moderation AI became my digital sentinel, analyzing context and user history to detect toxicity and spam. It even DM'd users with a helpful, slightly condescending explanation of their infractions. Next came conversational AI. The bot could hold conversations, answer questions, and participate in server banter. I trained it on our own server logs so it learned our inside jokes, slang, and debates, like whether a hot dog is a sandwich. The result? A bot that could jump into a conversation and sound just like one of the regulars, sometimes a little too much. Integrating all these AI systems was a technical nightmare. APIs talking to APIs, data passed through multiple models, asynchronous code threatening to tie itself in knots. The AI brain was a delicate ecosystem. If one service went down, the whole thing could crash. But when it worked, it was magic. Seeing the bot generate a clever comeback or provide a genuinely helpful answer was pure godlike power. I had given my creation a mind. Now, it was time to give it a sense of humor. The next step: engineering laughter. What is a Discord server without memes? I knew my bot had to be a world-class meme generator. This wasn't about fetching random memes from Reddit. This was about on-demand custom meme creation. Enter the meme engine, a Rube Goldberg machine of code. Users typed commands like, and the bot would fetch the template, overlay the text, and post the meme. I spent days cataloging hundreds of templates. Distracted boyfriend, surprised Pikachu, you name it. Users could even upload their own templates, making the meme arsenal ever growing. But I wanted more. So I integrated an AI image generation model. Now would generate a completely original, often horrifying piece of art. The results were unpredictable and hilarious, sometimes a masterpiece, sometimes an eldritch horror. The meme engine became a content-creating machine, a fountain of algorithmic laughter. People started meme battles, chaining commands for increasingly absurd jokes. The bot wasn't just a tool, it was a creative partner. Seeing a channel filled with bot-generated memes, each tailored to the conversation, was one of the most rewarding parts of the project. I hadn't just built a meme command, I built a laughter factory. At some point, I completely lost my grip on reality. My sleep-deprived brain had an epiphany. What if you could play Minecraft inside Discord? Not just a server status, an actual text-based Minecraft minigame. I built a system to manage player inventory, locations, and world state all in a database. Every action was a command. The bot responded with outcomes. You swing your pickaxe and break a block of stone, you got 1 cobblestone. Making it multiplayer was the real challenge, handling race conditions, implementing locking mechanisms, and keeping the game state consistent. I was basically rebuilding a simplified game server from scratch. The result? A janky, surprisingly fun little game. People teamed up, built text-based houses, and fought off text-based zombies. Was it efficient? No. Was it hilarious and impressive? Absolutely. If it was cool, I built it, no matter how ridiculous. For every moment of triumph, there were 10 moments of soul-crushing despair. Welcome to debugging. With a project this massive, the bugs weren't just bugs. They were monsters. Memory leaks, race conditions, and elusive errors lurked everywhere. My favorite fail. I trained the moderation AI with the wrong data. For an hour it decided any message containing the letter E was spam. Chaos ensued. The bot timed out everyone, including itself. I had to roll back changes while my friends spammed the chat with messages that didn't have E. Then came the great meme crash. A bug in the image library let users crash the bot with long text, corrupting memory and taking everything down. The fix? A single statement. Debugging was a roller coaster: frustration, anger, denial, bargaining, and finally sweet relief. Late nights fueled by pizza, caffeine, and desperation. My friends and I would hunt bugs together, littering the code with. Debugging is where you truly learn your own creation. You have to break it to make it better. Every disaster was a lesson, every fix a small victory, and with each one the bot grew stronger. The day finally came. After months of coding and debugging, the bot was ready, or as ready as it would ever be. We planned a launch event in the main server. I hyped it up as the second coming of digital Jesus. The pressure was on. Hundreds waited to see if it would work or crash in a blaze of glory. My heart pounded. I flipped the switch. The bot came online. For a moment, silence. Then the floodgates opened. People hammered it with commands. The logs scrolled like the Matrix. I waited for the first fatal error. But it held. The microservices chugged along, the database handled the load, and the AI brain fired on all cylinders. It was working. The reaction was incredible. People spent hours exploring the menu, discovering all the weird and wonderful features. The meme channel exploded with custom, AI-generated content. The Minecraft minigame had a dozen players within minutes. People had conversations with the AI, testing its limits and laughing at its witty, sarcastic responses. The best part, the community took ownership. They found creative ways to use the features, developing metagames and inside jokes. It wasn't just my bot anymore, it was our bot. The beast was unleashed and the community loved it. In the weeks after launch, the bot became more than software, it became a member of the community. It had its own personality, friends, and even rivals. People talked to it, confided in it, and argued with it. The AI brain trained on our chats perfectly captured the server's chaotic energy. The project succeeded beyond my wildest dreams. It wasn't just advanced, it was integrated. I learned more from building this than any computer science class. But more importantly, I learned the power of building things for people. The project was never about the 1,000 commands or fancy AI. It was about creating a shared experience. The technology was just the means to an end. The community keeps suggesting features, finding bugs, and pushing the bot to its limits. It's a never-ending project, a digital garden that needs constant tending, and honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Build things, build ambitious, ridiculous things. You might just create something that brings a little joy and chaos into the world.